Good morning. Happy Friday to everyone, and welcome to the weekend. Hope everybody had a successful week. This is Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Let's get to the news. Stock market slides set to end the win streak. Purchasing Manager Index is mixed as prices show 2% GDP growth in the second quarter with a slight inflation uptick. So let's take a look at the news. Japan's May CPI came in as expected on the headline CPI at 3.2%, but higher than expected for the two core measures, 3.2% and 3.4%. Japan's core CPI, excluding fresh food, rolled in at 3.2%, and the core CPI, excluding fresh food and energy, rose 0.2 percentage points to 4.3%. Japan's services PMI eased to 54.2% from 55.9 in June, while the manufacturing purchasing manager index dipped back into contractionary territory of 49.8% after last month's lift to 50.6%. UK's consumer confidence improved to its strongest level in 17 months in June. Survey taken before yesterday's 50 basis point rate rise to 5%, recorded at negative 24% versus negative 26% consensus. On to our sector news breakdown. Consumer, CarMax, KMX. Quarter one EPS $1.44 versus estimate of 79 cents. Retail used unit of sales declined 9.6% to comparative store used unit sales declined 11.4%, each from the prior year's first quarter. Wholesale units declined 13.6% from the prior year's first quarter. Smith & Wesson brands, SWBI, fourth quarter adjusted EPS 32 cents versus 27 cents. Starbucks, SBUX, union says workers at more than 150 stores will strike over Pride decor. Wayfair, W upgraded to market perform from underperform at Moffett Nathanson. Energy, Industrials and Materials, 3M Company, MMM, shares rallied, said it would pay $10.3 billion to settle claims it was responsible for so-called forever chemicals in drinking water, and it will take a charge for the amount in the second quarter. Siemens Energy, SMNEY, withdrew its fiscal year profit guidance and said it would cost upward of 1 billion euros, equivalent to around 1.1 billion, to fix related wind turbine component failures in the Siemens Gamesa subsidiary. Apogee Enterprises, APOG, first quarter EPS $1.05 versus estimate 90 cents. Virgin Galactic Space files mixed security shelf SPCE, and their shares are rapidly falling. Fed discount window borrowing $3.2 billion on June 21st versus $3.6 billion on June 14th. Stifel SF estimates at quarter two estimate banking and transactional revenue will be down 10 to 15% and 5 to 10% respectively for the prior quarter, said in May. Total deposits increased while client cash balances were relatively flat with April's levels. Healthcare, GlaxoSmithKline, GSK, shares rise 6% early, has agreed to settle California lawsuit over allegations that its heartburn treatment Zantac causes cancer. Intercept Pharmaceuticals, ICPT, announces restructuring to strengthen focus on rare and serious liver diseases to significantly reduce operating expenses. It said to discontinue all of NASH related investment to reduce workforce by approximately 1/3, lowers 2023 non-GAAP adjusted operating expense guidance to 350 to 370 million. Chromedex Corporation, CDXC, files for mixed shelf of up to 125 million. Trupanion, TRUP, said California approved over a 12% rate increase, which in addition to its previously approved 8% rate increase in November of 2022, brings the total approved rate to approximately 21% in the last 7 months. New York approved Trupanion's requested 18% rate increase, which in addition to its previously approved 6% rate increase in November of 2022. And now finally into technology, media, and telecom, MSG Entertainment, MSGE, 5.25% share secondary priced at $31. IonQ announced a partnership with Quantum Basel, where IonQ will provide 2 quantum computing systems, raised its full year 23 bookings expectations by 25%, and launch its Forte system for commercial use. Warner Brothers Discovery, WBD, is negotiating to sell around half of the storied Warner Studios film and TV music producing assets for approximately $500 million, Variety reported. Finally, Smith Micro Software Incorporated, SMSI, files for a shelf of up to 17.1 million shares of common stock by selling stockholders. So let's go to share our screen. You saw all of this was green in technology yesterday. It's now red. Semiconductors are red. Communication services are red. So pretty much everything is red today. Once again, we got so many pop-ups coming up. So once again, this is our chart, growth potential of the market, and annuity or index universal life insurance. It does not go down when the market retreats, so you wouldn't have to worry about days like this. It's a step-up ladder. Once it steps up, it does not go back down, and it beats the index by approximately 5% because of this. So I highly recommend, at a very minimum, we'll have an annuity or something that does not go down in value so you can sleep better at night. So let's go to our screen. Our pop-ups are just going crazy and blocking. Need to share our screen. And we stop the share. Here we go. We didn't look at Tesla yesterday. So let's take a look here. People feel that Tesla has topped. We'll just have to wait and see. our screen a little bigger. It sold off this morning and is trying to recover. And it's still above our 10-day moving average. So we'll continue to watch Tesla. Let's look at our dollar. Dollar is gapping up today. It's up above our 10 and 20-day moving average. So I'm pretty sure that gold is down. Gold tried to move up and it is retreating right now. Silver doing about the same. So look at copper. It's retreating as well. In all kind of phases. FCX gapping down to its 10-day moving average. Look at the yields on our bonds. Look like they're bouncing off of their 200-day moving average. Our 20-year is below all of our moving averages, but is at the top for today. A 1 to 3 year bond prices are selling off, so the yield is rising. Look at our volatility fear index. It was up earlier, but now it's selling off. S&P 500 is below its 10-day moving average, pulling back slightly. The NASDAQ pulling back to its 10-day moving average, which isn't too bad. Hopefully these indexes can catch up, and we'll continue to watch. IWM continues its decline. And our Dow Jones is pulling back to its 50-day moving average. Let's take a look at some of our ETFs. Let's take a look at industrials first. They're doing better than the Dow Jones. Looks like they're trying to pull back to their 20-day moving average. Still in a pretty tight range. Continue to watch that. Financials pull back to their 50-day and bouncing a little bit. Energy continues to fall. Oil index falling as well. Communication services, considering that Google and Meta are down, this is holding up pretty good. Utilities are falling. As is the real estate sector. Take a look at our biotech index. Gapping down this morning. Looks like it's headed for its 50-day moving average. We'll just see if it can maintain here. The volume has been low, which is good. You want the volume to be low on a sell-off and high and move up. The other biotech index continues to fall. It's under its 200-day moving average right now. And like I always say, nothing good happens under the 200-day. Look, technology. It's trying to stay above our 20-day moving average. Software, which has been our leading sector, pulling back as well. Semiconductors pull back to their 20-day moving average. Once again, want to look for low volume on the pullback. Infrastructure development remains in a very tight pattern, which is good. Could be forming a power triangle. We'll just continue to watch that. Airlines are pulling back under its 10-day moving average, although it is at the top of its range today. Healthcare sector, pretty strong for a change. Not much happening in consumer staples. Building materials pullback. Our strongest sector remains strong. The home builders continue to power through. Metals and mining pulling back to their 50-day moving average, and that's a look at our ETFs. And now let's move on, see what's moving today. Take a look at our handy little chart here. In aerospace, HEICO had a strong looking chart here. Made a long consolidation, tried to break out, pulled back. It looks like it's trying to take another run. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row up. Mueller Industries, copper tubing and fittings. Looks like it's trying to break out today. Pretty good volume so far. It did break out, had a little consolidation here, came up again, consolidated again. Wings, trying to come back here. Texas Roadhouse, I guess a food category. Restaurants are doing well today. Let's take a look at Kava, recent IPO, sold off. It's coming back today as well. Move this down. Just have to see if it can get back up to these levels. And Iridium Communications is up a little strong. Some pretty good volume, so we'll continue to watch that. See if we've got anything else trending. Looks like Revance Therapeutics, but it's sold off so much I wouldn't give that much credence. Smith and Wesson, which was in the news, is up. Amazing. Earnings surprise of 10.34%, even though their earnings are down 61%. They're up 18% this morning. Applied Digital up 15% on huge volume, breaking out of this area. Data center and blockchain infrastructure. CarMax, on their car sales, they were in the news, gapping up. Earnings surprises of 634%. Yeah, I guess that would boost your stock. Up 9%. Eagle Bolt Shipping up 2.11%. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 3.7% today. Looks like it had a 2-day shelf. We'll see if it can continue. We got some pretty massive volume in it. Take a look at Ethereum. It's up about 2%. Looks like it's building a shelf here. See if it can break out of that area or not. See what's moving down this morning. NWTN, United Arab Emirates-based company, smart vehicle concept, emphasizing AI, not moving too much. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, down 1.39%. Vanguard Total International Index is gapping down 1.51%. Actually looks worse than it actually is. Arcosa, provider and manufacturer of infrastructure products, down pretty strong, down to its 20-day down, moving down 4% this morning. Sarepta Therapeutics is gapping down and falling like a knife, down about 10.5%. Overstock had a huge move the other day and pulling back a little bit, just down a little over 2%. Sage Therapeutics, it had gapped down and now it's trying to power back up, bouncing off of its 50-day, down 4.5%. Seadrill pulling back to its 10 and 20-day moving average, 2.75%. Bermuda-based company, provides offshore contract drilling. Solar Edge continues moving down. Like I said, nothing really good happens out under its 200-day moving average. Continues its move down. And Belfuse off 4.5%, pulling back to its 20-day moving average. We'll see if that can hold. Take a look at one more. Look at Enphase. Under all of its moving averages, well, I just have to continue to watch them. This is an idea that it was going to move up, was one of the investment houses had mentioned. So that's our report for today. It's been Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. The market continues its pullback, and mixed news on our inflation on Purchasing Managers Index. Hope everybody goes out there and has a fantastic weekend. Recharge your batteries. Get ready for the next week. This has been Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Have a great weekend.